In the last two sessions, we have discussed about this home tab and this transform tab in the edit query mode, right? So now we are going to discuss about this add column tab and view tab. What is this add column tab will do? If you want to add any new column, for example, whatever the table I have, this is a customer table. If you want to add a new column for this table, you can add a custom column, right? So before that we have another option, that is column from examples. What is this column from examples? This is very beautiful option in the Power BI, because without writing any formulas, automatically this will generate some formulas. For example, I'm going to click on this column from examples. From all the columns or from a particular selection of the columns? From all the columns. Okay, see here, it has created one column. Okay, the column here, for example, if you are typing IMI, what will happen? It is getting this similar value you have in the remaining columns, that is IMI. So if if you're clicking control enter, what is happening? It is taking the IMI values whatever you have in the this customer alternate ID column, right? For example, if you are clicking over here IMI 001, so what will happen? You just control enter. It has taken the similar values from customer alternate ID column 002, 003, 004, 005. So automatically it will apply the transformation. Okay, and for example, what I want to do, I want to concatenate this customer alternate ID and customer name. Okay, so how you can do that one? You just space, you just type it Rohini. See, automatically it has taken the employee customer ID, sorry, the customer alternate ID and customer name. How it is possible? And if you observe the formula, it has written automatically. If you don't have this feature, you have to write down this function, the combine function, text dot combine customer alternate ID comma double quotes and customer name. Okay, so we have these options. So basically the users, whatever they want to do by writing some expressions to generate a new columns, already some of the expressions, built-in expressions defined in the Power BI edit query. So whenever you are clicking on this particular value or what value you want to generate, so automatically the intelligence will act and generate a expression. So here what I'm expecting, I want to concatenate this IMI hyphen 001 and the customer alternative and customer name I want to combine. I didn't write any expression. I have just entered the values. Automatically it is expecting whatever you are thinking. Okay, so in that way we have some of the plenty examples. So some examples it may support, some examples it may not support. Okay, so whatever you are you want, you just type over here, and if it is already defined, it will give the proper result. Otherwise it don't give the result. Okay, for example, here what I want to do, I want to add a prefix for employee customer name, like mr dot and customer name is Rohini. So what will happen? So all are getting right. So what happened here? For Rohini, I just put mr. My thinking is I want to put Mr. Rohini. Okay, but the problem is when you are typing Mr. it is thinking the M means you are going to take the gender. So that's why it is giving MR, but here it is giving FR. Means F is nothing but this one. So sometimes it behaves like this. So you have to be careful. Okay. So for example, so in that kind of scenarios, what you can do, the example you can take from a particular selection. What selection? I want to select the customer name only, and column selection from a particular selection. So it will apply the business intelligence on this particular customer name only. So now you can type mr dot rohini. What happened? Now it has taken only mr. So earlier what I did, I have taken from all the columns. So when you are typing M, it has selecting all the whatever the gender types here, M, M, F, M, M. Okay, so that is the one you can derive a column from example. Otherwise, if you want to write down some expressions, you can use custom column function. Here you have to write down the expression over here. What is the column name? The column name I want to use like custom id and name. So what I want to do, I want to concat so how can we concatenate two columns? Concat the customer alternate id comma customer name. Done. Click ok. There is something error. So what is that error? The function name we don't have with the concat. Okay, so roll back and custom column cust id and name. So what is the function we can use? Can we use combine? No. The function we have in the Power BI to concatenate two columns is, I think I will try with this option.
Yeah, ampersand we have to give it, I guess. Ampersand. Yeah.
Okay. Like this.
Yes.
Right.
Correct.
So now it is getting concatenation of the two columns. So this is the custom column. In the custom column point of view, we have to write down the expression. But in the column from the example, you don't need to derive this expression and you don't need to find out what is the syntax we have to use. Simply you can select this column from example and you can automate that process. Okay, so that is about the from selection and from columns. From columns means the intelligence will work on all the columns. Only from selection means on a particular column the intelligence is going to enable. Okay, right. So we'll discuss later about this invoke custom function when we are discussing about the parameters. Okay, so what is this conditional column? This is similar like a case when condition in your SQL Server. What is the case when we'll do? Case when if it is satisfying a particular condition, then I want to display this value. Otherwise, I want to display another value. Okay, what I want to do? I want to write down if gender equal to M, I want to put male. Okay, or if it is F, then I want to put female. So that condition you can write down over here. This custom column I'm going to derive like a gender name. If the column gender equals to M then it is male, else otherwise female. That's all. See, it is printing like this. So that is the case when condition. Similar like if condition also. Okay. The next one is index a column. What do you mean by index a column? If you want to generate some duplicate, some serial number from 0 or from 1 or from custom, like identity number, I want to start the indexing from 1, and each time I want to increase 2 value. So what it will give the values? 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. It will give the based on the incremental value and your starting value, it will generate a numbers. Okay, so that is about the indexing a column. The next one is duplicate a column. If you want this column duplicate, just click on duplicate. It is just duplicating the column, right? Okay, so the next one is,
That
yeah,
that index column, that is like okay, incremental identity column.
right.
Uh,
It's
in
identity means you, if you want to generate some serial number for how many number of rows you have, you just generate the serial number.
okay, okay.
Serial
Here
number,
here it's
yeah, the serial number you can start from 0 or you can start from 1. Okay, or if you want to start from any other number, for example I want to start from 6, and each for each row I want to increment 1. So then total I have 5 rows. So what is the serial number it will give? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
okay. Actually, my doubt is that okay. Anyway, we are not physically okay. We are not loading the data into
Yeah,
this
if you,
Power BI, right?
yeah,
So
if you
how
yeah, if you want to give
how
just
it
the
can be?
serial number, because from source system if we don't have any serial number, then you can generate here only,
Okay, okay,
just a serial number, that's all. So the next one is formatting. If you want to change the lowercase uppercase, okay, capitalize each word, if you want to trim, add prefix, right, whatever we did that business intelligence, for example, for these customer names, if you want to add a prefix, just add prefix. What is the prefix you want to put? Mr, mr dot, then click ok. See, mr, you can add the prefixes like this. Or if you want to add suffixes, suffixes means at the end it will add. If you want to upper the data, if you want to lower the data, if you want to trim any spaces if we have, okay, so you can use these options. Coming to this extract, so already we have discussed about all these options. The length means how many number of characters we have in a particular employee name, and first character, last character. Okay, first character means in this employee name, what is the first character? Rohini R, Radhakrishna R, Mushkan Sheikh M, RAM R. So that is the first character. The same way last character, if you want to get a particular string like in this Radha Krishna, if you want to DHA, so where from, what is the length? From D means the third position, how many records you want? 3 records, 3 characters. So you have to give the range. Okay, so those are the options we have, and the remaining all options are already we have discussed about the this date functions whatever we have. Okay, right. Come to now view. What is this view? See here, total how many tables you have over here? Dim customer, and dim product, dim salesperson, dim store, factory sales. If you want to see total how many tables you have, is there any dependency tables on a particular table? So the query dependencies, it will show the diagram over here. Total in your data set, how many queries you have, and what are the, see here, I have a dim customer, dim date, dim product, and dim salesperson, dim store, and fact product sales. All these tables are coming from this sales DW. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, I want to reference a table for this dim customer. So what will happen, we'll see. Reference. So I have created dim customer 2. Now you just go to view and query dependencies. What happened here, there is another table, that is dim customer 2 referencing this table dim customer, and we have reference another table, that is dim customer 2. Still it is not yet loaded. Okay, right. For example, here this dim customer and this dim customer 2, any of one table if you want to use to load the data, then because whenever you are refreshing the data, I don't want to refresh this dim customer. So in that situation, what you can do, you just right click and you just disable the option enable load. So if you are doing like this, going forward, this dim customer don't refresh and don't load any data when you are refreshing your job. Okay, so that is the reason it is disable mode, see. Okay, so that is about the query dependencies. The advanced editor means, so for your query, the dim stores from which table you are taking the data, and what is the schema name, what is the data's base name, what is the server name it is displaying over here. Okay, right. So this monospace, what this monospace will do, for example, coming to this dim customer and select this customer alternate id and put monospace. See, it is taking some space and giving the format of the string differently. Okay, see, when I am selecting how it is behaving, I don't want that one. So this one is a show white space. What is this option? If you are selecting this customer name, this one, select show white space. Okay, so something there is change is coming for the show white space. Okay, for example, this gender column I'm going to select. So whenever you are enabling, whenever you are disabling, or you can use customer alternate id. Okay, once you are selecting this show white space, I'm not sure what exactly this show white space is doing. It is not any useful option. You just forget about this. So if you are disabling this formula bar, whatever the bar it is displaying over here, it will hide. If you are disabling this option, just disable this option. See, it is not showing anything over here. Okay, so these are the options coming under view. So this is go to columns, means in this customer table, because why it is showing only customer information, because right now you are selecting only dim customer information. So that is the reason it is showing only dim customer. Go to columns means which column you want to find out in this dim customer. I want to select customer name, click OK. So it will highlighting that customer name. Okay, so these are the properties we have under home, transform, add column, view. Okay, right. Coming to this transform and sorry, coming to the home, here you can find out the manage parameters. What is a manage parameters and a new parameters? So the parameter is nothing but we are sending as a input value to filter the data somewhere. Right, I want to create one parameter. Click on new parameter, and the parameter name is, I want to use gender. Okay, so this is required, and if you want to write down any description, yes, you can write down the type of the parameter value. Yes, you can pass any value, or if you want to pass a specific text or whatever the data type, you can select, you can put any of the value. So the suggested values, the suggested value means, are you going to put any list of values? If you know, yes, you can put like what are the gender types, and F, male and female. These are the two default values, right? Or if you want to take the values from the query. So how did you get the query? So these query values you can populate from a list. So the first thing what you have to do, you have to create a list. Okay. First I'm going to create one list, and then you can use that list of the values under the drop down. Okay, right. So how to create a list, how you can get this, what are the list of genders you have. I want to enter a table, I want to create a new table. The name I want to give gender, and we have two values. Right now we have only two, because the parameter value is gender. Sorry, you just close it. I don't want this one. The next one is female. Okay, the name of this, I'm going to give gender drop down table. In SSRS we are creating a query data set, and will create the list of the values for the drop down. Click OK. So this you can't use directly in the drop down for the parameter. What you have to do, you have to convert this into a list. So where you can do that, so convert to list, click on the convert to list. Now it has converted into list. Okay, right. Come to parameters, new parameter, gender, and this is any data type, and the suggested value I'm going to take from the query. What is that query? See, whatever the table list you have created, gender drop down table, you got it here. The current value I'm going to pass as m, default value, then click OK. Okay, so this is the parameter you have created. Whatever the parameter you have created over here, that is coming over here. Okay, right. So now what I want to do, I want to apply whatever the transformations, whatever you have created in the edit query window. If you want to apply those changes, apply, close. Only if you want to apply and you don't want to close, you can click on the apply. So I want to apply and close it. So whatever the parameter you have created, so whatever the parameter you have created, so that parameter value, if you want to filter in the data level, where you can apply that filter, you can go to the edit queries again, and edit queries. In which table you can filter the gender type, you can apply the filter under the dim customer table, and the text filters equals to, here you can put a parameter. What is the parameter? Already we have created a parameter value gender. So whatever the value you are selecting for that gender, it will filter. By default I have given m, right? So you just save it. Now it will save only m parameter, the gender value for m. So where you can change this filter parameter value, you can't change like SSRS. We don't provide any drop down over here. So what is the advantage of this one? Whatever the template, whatever the report you have designed over here, I'm going to design a simple report like a customer name, and fact product sales, quantity, So this is the report I have designed, and what I'm going to do here, so this report I want to share with someone, whatever the report I have designed here. If you want to share this one into someone, when that person is going to open this report, okay, when that person is going to open this report, if you want to see female information only, so he can filter the data, or if you want to see only male data, so he can select the parameter value when he is going to open this report in his desktop, Power BI desktop. So if you want to apply that kind of thing, so you have to save this report like a Power BI template. So export to Power BI template. If you are not, if you are saving a normally like a PBIX file, it don't prompt that power parameter value. Okay, what you have to do, you have to export this report like a Power BI template, and you can share this template to some other person. So when that person is going to open this file, it will prompt the parameter. Okay, I don't want to save this like a PBIX file, I want to export this like a Power BI template. So what is the name you want to give for this template? This is a template BI. Click OK. So where you want to save? I want to save under the downloads testing template. So it is going to save PBIT, the extension of this one. So you just go over here, and I want to close this one. I want to reopen this Power BI report template. This is the PBIX file I have saved, but when I am going to open this file, I will open this PBIT file only. See, where is our PBIT file? Testing template PBIT file. So when I am clicking on this one to open in Power BI desktop, if anyone, if you are sharing this PBIT file to someone, so when he is going to preview the data, he will filter the value at the time of opening the file, because sometimes in your data source you have 1 crore 2 crores of the records. Okay, so at that time when he is going to open this file, it will take too much time to process the data, to import the data into Power BI file. So that is the reason, if he wants to see this template report for only a particular female information, he will select female. If some other person wants to see male information only, he will import the data only male information. Okay, the simple scenario is, we have designed a sales report for different countries. Okay, so when you are sharing this into a particular country manager, marketing manager, so he will select, if you are giving parameter value drop down, he will select only that particular country parameter value, then it will import the data only for that particular country. Okay, see, it is asking the parameter value. If you are see male or female, which data you want to import. So if you are selecting male, it will only load that male information only. If you are selecting female, it will load only female data. I am selecting female, you just click load. From the data source, whatever the data it is going to import, only female data it will import. It don't import unnecessary data. The same way, a particular country manager, he will select his country information and it will load that information. Okay, so this is the way we can create a parameters, and we can apply the like a templates, and we can share these templates to some other persons. Okay.